Tasha
Tasha who?
with the big butt. I was supposed to go to her.
You don't know her. I know her all my life.
I was supposed to go to her anniversary party last night.
Mm-hmm.
And I ain't been.
Girl.
The time. It was the timing. And Kareem be mad.
Is that a flash right there? How you take the flash on? Oh, here we go. Look at your smile. You look so cute.
There you go.
I just because I be having a Buka the Gaga face. I
Yo.
just be having to keep it simple. I'm really not photogenic out.
Yes, you are. Please.
are.
You very.
Honey, I got a Google face. Oh, thank you.
Damn. Thank you. Hey.
Thanks. Got a Google. Let me round the floor.
Round of applause.
And we're back.
This is what we doing.
Seem like we've been going for a minute. Thank you, good people, for tuning in. Somebody's keeping it cute. And we ran a little bit behind today, but we are here.
Yeah. We are.
Did you get the notification?
Mm-hmm.
You did?
I
Okay.
did. Yep, I sure did.
Cool.
I'm going to put it on here right now. Hello, everyone. It feels good to be back in the building. Oh, I felt like I was at church when they were like, good morning, everyone. Feels good to be back in the house of the Lord.
House of the Lord.
Mm-hmm. Had a little technical difficulties, but we are back here. We are live. We are great.
Good.
We are healthy. We are everything.
Yes.
Um,
I missed you, baby mama.
I miss you too.
For real. On
Everything
and off
just been
screen.
going on. I know. I miss you too. So we here enjoying this good old weather.
Yes, it's beautiful. It's been really, really nice.
Would you rather this weather or would you rather it be a little chilly?
I'd
Because you know sometimes they say we're not grateful. Like when it's hot, we want it to be cold. When
I'd
it's
rather
cold, we want it to be
This
hot.
weather. You know, we from Africa originally.
Mhm.
My bones do better in the warm weather. All of my little aches and pains and stuff, it do a lot better when the springtime comes. So I would definitely prefer this over cold weather. Absolutely. How
Not
about you?
so, not the. It's real humid.
Mm-hmm.
If it wasn't so humid, I don't know. That's just
Right.
like I don't mind the rain, but long as it's not cold and raining, then I'll be alright. But whatever, it is what it is.
Yes. So what's been going on?
Trying to stay safe.
Trying to stay safe.
Trying to stay safe.
Yes.
I just wanted to say something real quick because I was talking to someone earlier and they were saying how they got their shot, and I always see on like Facebook, I see so many people talk about it, like the shots and which ones they're gonna get, which one they didn't get. If you have your shot, they don't want to wear the mask and all that.
Mm-hmm.
The shot for me,
Mm-hmm.
it's cool if you want to get it and it's cool if you don't want to get it, but with me running my business, I expect my clients to keep their mask on.
Absolutely.
Shot or no shot. It's
Absolutely.
that's
Mhm.
non-negotiable. Like, you have to keep it on. So today
Absolutely.
somebody has said to me like, oh yeah, about going out or whatever. Like, well, if you got your shot, you don't have to wear your mask. Ain't nobody wearing no mask. There's people that have gotten the shot that have gotten sick.
Oh, absolutely.
I know a few.
Absolutely.
I'm
I
just
could
like,
attest to that. I feel like the COVID thing is real. You know what I mean? It's really, really
Mhm.
real. And then for those who don't know, I did contract the COVID after my first round of the Moderna. So I'm thinking I'm having side effects, but I'm whole sick. So it is real. I feel like for all the Americans that was brainwashed by the last presidential administration. There's people out there that think like the COVID is not a thing
not
and it's not real. But however,
I think that is not a
stay
thing.
safe though. Of course, I think mask is still unnecessary. And it's so funny that you said that because you in a lash business. So even before when I used to get my lashes done back in Patterson back in 2006.
Mhm.
the lash tech in the nail salon will always have a mask on because that was just close contact. Like, say if this pandemic just did not happen,
Right.
that's just like the best practice in regards to that
Right.
that lash life. So, you know.
Well, yeah.
So is that your rule? So is there been clients that you had that just didn't wear masks or
No, everybody
not
pretty
yet?
much. I've had clients that have come in like, oh, hey, girl, I'm vaccinated. And I'm like, oh, hey, girl, that's cool. But, during your service, you have to keep your mask on.
Absolutely.
It's just, hey, and if it doesn't work, they don't like it, then I don't know.
I don't know. You know what I'm saying?
I don't know. I don't know what to tell you. But other than that, everything's cool.
Yeah.
My daughter's in school. Kaylee,
Yay.
she's in school. I'm so happy that she's in school. She likes it, and it's dope. And I like that she likes it, because that helps me. Her liking school and wanting to go and learn and be active.
Absolutely.
That's dope. I'm just waiting to see if they're gonna open up some of their recreation activities or the pop warner or whatever. Get her into like whether it's cheerleading or something, because she be on 100 from like 7 o'clock in the morning up until late. So
I know that's right, and it's just good to tire them out, and have her involved and all that good stuff. So
right.
Good for you. But that's good. It's like once they start to get older, I feel like it lightens up the burden on the mom or the caregiver. Once they start to get older, they start to participate in things. Now that you meeting. For me, I wasn't like a real like, oh, how you doing? Like nice person. So I just felt like just through my kids' activities, that's how I kind of met like, Girl Scout moms and soccer moms. Then you start developing like this community of support. Like if you can't pick up from after school kid, but you got like 3 girls on a list that could.
Yeah.
So it's just, I don't know. It works if you work it. That's what they say. So you getting ready for a vacay? Yeah.
Getting ready for that.
And where we going?
I'm gonna post the location.
Post the location.
I'll
That's
post the
it.
location.
Well, enjoy. It's international.
Right.
So
So that's
enjoy
gonna be
it.
real dope. So I'm looking forward to that. It's been a long time.
Right.
I've really been on a plane and stuff, but I'm ready.
And then
Ready
you
to wild out.
got the kiddos and everything. And
Yep, I'm ready to wild out and do all that fun stuff
right.
that goes on. That goes with, traveling and stuff. So
It's so funny for me, traveling. Like, how's your packing? Packing is one of those things that
I have a whole list in my notebook on my phone, actually, in my notes for my packing and how it's going to go and what all I need, because if I wait last minute, it's not going to work. So, but other than that, I'm ready, so
good.
I miss y'all, but, I'll be back the following Sunday. Right. So let's roll into this topic.
Let's roll into it.
Let's talk about these grudges. Like,
Let's roll into it.
that's what we wanted to discuss today. Grudges. Like, people that are happy that still hold grudges. How do you move past the grudge?
How do you move past the grudge?
And what type of grudge it could really, like, trigger you in a way to react like, react like you don't care. Like, I don't care about what you're talking about, your auntie, uncle, sister, brothers, father, mother, son, whoever. I don't care. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Like, some people hold grudges, whether it's friendships, whether it's relationships, anything. Some people hold grudges over money. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
I think money is a
Some
root of
people
all evil,
hold
like they say.
grudges over non-facts.
Right.
Like, sometimes people hold grudge from just misinterpreting some shit and not following up with the conversation. Now you got a grudge for the last 3 years because you thought somebody said something that they didn't say.
Right.
You
Right.
feel me? So that's what I just wanted to bring up. So do you want me to pop the picture up?
Either never had those for the weak-minded people. Ty said he never had those. It's for the weak-minded people. Well, you know what? I mean, it depends on what type of grudge, because I'm going to tell you what type of person I am.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not going to hold a grudge over money. I'm not going to hold a grudge over he said, she say. I'm going to hold a grudge over my kids, because my kids are non-negotiable, and what you do affects them, how they're affected mentally, emotionally, physically. Yes, I will hold a grudge. I don't know how long I will hold a grudge, and I try not to hold grudges against people, but when you don't do right by your kids, it's like you sometimes end up holding a grudge. And then he said, either I deal with you or I don't deal with you.
Right.
You can cut people off, but it's just like something still is there.
That
but I
grudge,
don't think when you hold a grudge, that necessarily makes you unhappy.
Right. Or weak-minded. Back to that comment. And like a person like me, when I hold a grudge, like I really hold grudges because I'm really just a sensitive person. But it just comes out, oh, well, she may be a little abrasive, or it may come out a certain way. It's really because I'm just really emotional. And that's why I think for me, I'll hold on to a grudge, based on that. Like, my feelings is really hurt, but I don't really know how to say it. And that's kind of like how I move now. Like, I know and understand at 37, I can't hold grudges like that. And I feel like, we have to talk about it, right? And be expressive about it.
But you can't, some people you can't really talk to.
This is true.
Some people are ignorant. Some people, they could communicate, but they don't know how to comprehend.
So what do you do as far as that goes? Like, if you do have a grudge against a person that, that conversation or that closure for you, right? Or that closure, or just that acknowledgement is
I
made.
think my closure would be what I would do or how I would feel if I saw you face to face. That would be my closure, because that's me. Okay, this is the real reality. This isn't the behind the scenes. Like, how am I going to feel? What am I going to say? Because sometimes your tongue could be used as a sword.
Absolutely.
So, without you even having to do too much.
Right.
But me personally, when it comes to kids, I play a lot of games. Be outside, play a lot of games. Right. But I don't really play with kids. So I just feel like if you have a child that, you just want to I'm going to say, be like bum cum, then, it's just unfortunate. But I don't even know if it's like I don't even know if you call it a grudge at that point. It's just more so like
resentment.
Why?
Like, if you feel me, like that's why I think grudges, and I think I want to break. I think for me, just kind of put it in the context of like psychology a little bit. Like a grudge, and shout out to Courtney Jones, because she was like, "Hey
cousin,
miss my daily dose." Hey.
I
think it's really unresolved anger. It's unresolved issues, whether those issues are with you or somebody that you love, whether it's a person. I feel like that underlying thing is anger. So I feel like resentment, frustration, like all of that shit boiled into one ball, and it's just like stuff. And it's a heavy load.
Like unnecessary stuff. Like, who are you?
Absolutely.
Like, the audacity. That's where you say the audacity.
The audacity.
Like, who are you to be? There's people out there that can't create children or have complications, or might not have a healthy child. Then you have people out there that have these beautiful children, and it's just like, do you even know what size your kid wears? Do you even know what your child, even what they like, what their color is?
Right. And then let's talk about,
and I'm not talking about like, okay, let's be the perfect parent because we FaceTime all the time,
right?
Because some don't even do that. Now I'm talking about the people that don't even do that. Like, it's just like, you just listen, we know that you exist because you were able to produce something.
Yeah.
But then it's like, that has an effect on a child when they get older.
Definitely.
So that's where that comes into play.
As you being mama bear and being that protective
right.
soul that you are as a mother, like that's what you want, is your child to be protected and they feelings not to be hurt. And that's just kind of what it comes down to. But I've been through that too. As far as parenting and feeling like, girl, I had grudges. And it was so funny that me and you was talking the other day when you like, oh, when you see red, like, hold on, let me put on assignment. Like, that's the thing.
Right.
Pull over. And when we see red, and that goes back to anger, kill, 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 blah, blah, blah. Be so mad, don't even know what I done said or did.
Right, right.
Next thing you know, I'm detained because that grudge, and I feel like we could use that word, but when that grudge like come up like out the ground, that's that anger. That's this darkness, and I just and especially when it comes to the kids, and that's what I can relate to you.
The grudge could then get stronger because it's like it comes to the point where you have to answer certain questions.
Absolutely.
And you really have no answers. Like you could tell your child, like, I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know why your mom or your dad isn't there. I don't know. You know what I mean? Instead of bad mouthing them, and then it's just like, is it really worth it? But it's like when kids grow up, kids be wanting to know stuff, but everybody has their time, because one thing about it, God does not bless those who not take care of their kids.
No.
And it's not always financial.
No.
A happy birthday would be okay. You understand what I'm saying?
For sure.
So, and please feel free to share the live in case, the message does get across.
Yes, and call up too. What's our number again, baby mama?
646-233.
What is it? Oh, it's right there. Okay.
Yeah, I love my baby mama. She shout out.
Yes, call up and let's talk about it. And then like real talk. And I think just acknowledging it. I think a lot of people see I'm a Aries. When something is bothering me, I can't hold it inside. I gotta let it out. Anybody who listening, anybody who cares to listen, because that's how I work. If I don't let that out of me, I will be a ticking time bomb. For sure. Especially when it comes to children, because I can relate to that.
Yeah, like, don't play with my kids. My kids, well, I'm not going to say kids. Don't play with my kid, because a kid did not ask.
But think about it. Like, a little kid asking about their absentee parent and the mother that's dead, like, what do you say? Like, what feelings evoke? Like, let's talk about it. Like,
right. And what are the, like, how do people, and I'm speaking just in general at this point, like, if you're friends with someone who has kids, whether it's the mother or the father, and that mother or father never has their child, never sees their child, how are you all friends? Like, what can they possibly say? It's like you both are in a circus at this point. Clown.
Right. Absolutely.
Clownette.
Clownette.
Yo, Natika said, I'm on Instagram Live, y'all. So Natika said, holding grudges is for the weak, but life is too short to keep having them. I understand that in a way, meaning holding grudges is for the weak. It could be, but as far as life is too short,
I wouldn't say
my
the
grandmother,
weak, and just like the other guy,
right? It's not weak, but
it's not weak because I feel like we all are human.
Right.
Like, we all have those sore spots in us when we not perfect. So just because we have a grudge, it don't mean we weak. We got some growing to do, perhaps.
Right. And I don't believe into that. I don't believe into the whole thing like life is too short. I don't believe that, because my grandmother was 90-something years old before she passed, and I feel like life is just long enough for us to live the way we supposed to. And if there's shit that's, excuse me, but messed up, fix that shit. You have time. You know what I'm saying? Everybody messes up at some point in life, but it's up to you as a person, as a character,
right?
And it goes to show how you were raised and who raised you and why they raised you that way. Because we start questioning where these people came from. Like, how were you raised? Like, you were really raised like that?
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? So I feel like saying, "Oh, life's too short," that's just giving an excuse to make it okay and to enable the corny shit or the bullshit. And I'm not really with that.
Let me tell you, firm, grudges could end up very deadly
and ugly,
very ugly,
and costly.
Then you see like A&E and a lot of murders and a lot of like what was it, like those love murder shows, where somebody stabbed somebody like 39 times XYZ, but that really comes from grudges, like in that underlying anger. And my thing is, being 37, and I'm not perfect. Yes, I still have grudges today. However, I think the grudges that would end me up, like, I just been in the places where grudges just, when you have a grudge mixed with a little bit of depression or just not being in a good place in your life, that shit is detrimental. You understand what I'm trying to say? The grudge and that hate for somebody, because it's like that hate was like something that I felt that was holding me down, like as an anchor, like making me relive this negative, nasty stuff that's replaying in my head. And like, why am I doing this to myself? Because that's what the grudge did. It made shit replay in my head. So I'm like, child, I just be trying to.
This is Mommy's keeping it cute. So we both are mothers. So the stuff that replays in my head is,
what's this?
How does a person have that much control over you to just make you feel like, you know what, I don't want to do anything as a parent. You know what I mean? You know, when at the end of the day, it was never even about you.
Yo,
it's about the kid. This
is
what people don't understand. It's not when they get into that. You know, they dealing with each other. It's not about you. It's about the kid.
About the kid.
It's really so about the kid. And there's really. They always say females, females keep the kid away from the dad, and the dad this. No, sometimes when the female doesn't want to be bothered, the dad just, falls off, I guess. I don't know. Or finds bottles and social media to live life. I mean, I really don't know, but it's kind of weird to me to live like that, because I know one thing. I could never. Raymond and Karen raised me like that. I got 5 of my own. Can't nobody tell me nothing that's going to make me feel like, oh, I don't want to talk. Not even talk. Who said I want to talk to you?
Right. But I think, Who
said anybody want to talk to you? You know?
And then, like, just being deeper and, like, having that thing. Because, that thing that's in people just to do the right thing, that they moral compass. Like, some people just don't have it.
They don't.
Some people don't have it.
Right.
They never learned it. They never seen it as an example, like that integrity. Like a lot of men and women don't understand what that really means. So, and I think, like, for me, baby mama, when I think of any grudges I had towards any of my children's situations or baby father situations or whatever, the question I ask myself is like, Dad, Fatima, this is who you chose to have a baby. The grudge turns into me hating you, and then a grudge makes me hate myself, and then it's this nasty, wicked spider web of a cycle. So I'll be feeling like, damn, like, girl, like, I had to forgive myself. Then in the same token, I had to forgive you in a sense. Or not understand you. Because
Which
it's like,
true.
What the hell, girl? Listen, grudges.
I'm like, but I will say this. I was like, God teaches lessons, because that one, God taught me, like, listen, there's some out there that will not do what they're supposed to do. So let me drop this right here in your life real quick.
Yeah.
Before anybody else, like, everybody knows what to do as parents. Like, it doesn't come with a manual.
Right.
It's no right or wrong in being a parent, and even if you go wrong, you can always right it.
And I think. And I, like, that part right there, like that instinct part to just be a parent, like, people don't have it. Yeah. Like, my father didn't have it, and I know my father loved me. My father loved my mother. My father loved my sister. However, just his upbringing and his mental health or his abandonment issues that he dealt with, it made him unable to be a parent like he was supposed to be. So it's so crazy, because that was a grudge that I had a long time in my life. Like, what was my father like? Dad, like, you're not here, but you driving a white lady or turned a white attorney you with in PA, you driving her BM to the hood, like, Dad, you not here, like, what you doing?
Right.
Like, and I'm old enough, like, that's not your car. Like, whose car is this? Whose car did you steal? No, stuff like that. So
it's like when you're a child and you grow up with certain questions, and sometimes you don't have the answers for them. You
Facts.
know, or like, oh, well, why doesn't my dad, just say if a child's like, oh, why did my dad call me on my birthday? Or how come when I call my dad, he doesn't answer the phone, blah, 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 blah. The kid has to understand it's not you.
Mhm.
Like sometimes that mom or that dad, they battle in their own demons. They in their own way. They
Mhm.
embarrassed of themselves.
You better know that.
You know what I'm saying? They're shameful of themselves because it's like, it has nothing to do with the kid. It has everything to do with you. Not the moms or not the, who has the child.
Right.
But like, that's just the way I feel like. And I just feel like, yo, once you do something like, the only way I feel like a person could get a parent's attention
Mhm.
is to do something to their child. That's the only way, because you can't get, if you really about your kids and about your business and you're not like super emotional,
Right.
there's no other man, there's no other female that mother or father could bring around that could ever really make you go crazy. But if you want my attention, do something to one of the kids.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Like, or if I feel like you're doing something, you're gonna really get the attention. I'm really not gonna care.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? But
Facts.
people are just like weird. They're just weird. Like, send their ass over to the army or something.
Weird.
You know what I'm saying? Go make a
Mhm.
man of yourself. Do something.
And then it's so crazy because it's a lot of
and
them
again,
walking
feel
around
free
here.
to share this live. I'm not on Facebook right now. Fatima's on Facebook,
Yes,
but I shared it to
am.
my page. And I'm on Instagram, so Instagram can't share it. But it's a real dope topic.
But yeah, absolutely. Like grudges. Like, and then,
You have grudges with family
and
members.
when you draw the line, right? And when it becomes like not healthy. Like, a grudge could be like almost like borderline like obsessive. Like, huh? Like,
Well,
like
do you think
who-
grudges could be borderline obsessive when you're emotionally attached? Because I don't feel like the grudge. I've never had a grudge that I can be borderline like, like all that other stuff.
But I feel like that's like even with the kids. Like, like that's like when you have a child and I feel like the other parent is not there and just absent, like it's a slap in the face every day. Every day. Like, damn.
Do you mean they're like they're in your child's life or they're in the household?
No, they're not there. They're absent.
Oh,
so
yeah,
like if
yeah.
you're like raising a child on your own, and it's just a slap in the face for me and I experience in my life, smacking the face for me every day. Like, dad, like your dad ain't shit, and I just wish he was, and I'm sorry, type thing. Like, you know what I mean? Like, just internally. So, like, that grudge or that obsessiveness, and it won't even be like, because I love you or I want to be in a relationship with you. I'm taking care of a kid that's hurting. And every time that kid hurt, I hurt. So.
The good thing about that
Mm-hmm.
is even if there's one phone call,
Right.
one text, one visit, one Christmas card, one birthday, if it's just one of those, the child is getting way more than somebody that doesn't get anything.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So
Absolutely. True.
that's when it's just like, you know what? Is it a grudge? I don't know. I'm just, patiently just waiting, for the day that everyone just meets up and stuff, and you actually talk about things. Because everybody say communication, like, oh, let's communicate. No, let's comprehend.
Yeah.
Mothers and fathers, if you have a child, you have to take care of your kids.
Mm-hmm.
Period. Even if the kid doesn't live in the house with you, you have to take care of your kid.
Emotionally and psychologically.
Even if y'all not together, you have to take care of your kid. You might not be able to see your child every day. That's fine. You might not be able to pick them up every weekend. That's fine.
What do you think gets in the way of this? You know what's so funny? I want to have
Nothing.
Kwame up here. Kwame Bay, I want to have him up here because, he like mad dope and like a mad scientist, right? So he had wrote like a little monologue type of thing about, just being scared to be a father. Like where fear came into
he has a son.
play in his life and his experience, like the fear factor of it all. Like he was a little boy and he was scared to be a father because I guess he might have went so long without being one, and now it's like I'm scared to even kind of go in that role again, So it's just a really interesting question. And for you guys out there who's on here, call up because I want a man's perspective on this too. I like to hear,
You're right.
Few
Some people,
perspectives. Might
some,
be fair. Like, so what do you think? Like, what are the other hypotheses that you might could come up with as to why, like, a parent moves that way? And it may not just be all dads, and we not beating up dads because there's moms
that's
out
why
here
I say
too
mom
that
and
ain't
dad.
shit. So
That's why, yeah.
like,
So that's why I said moms and dads.
Right.
There's moms that don't have any type of relationship with their kids, and then there's dads that don't have any type of relationship with their kids. But I just feel like if you don't have no relationship with your kids and you don't know what your child's doing, who your child's around, you don't even see this child. It's kind of like, why, in some, what are you around? Like, why are you able to still do whatever you want?
right.
You know what I mean? Like, who are you? A kid didn't ask to be here.
Right.
But then we have, some young men on the good old live. Rich said,
Already back to him.
Rich
yeah.
said, if it came out of my sack, you know what?
What he said?
He
You
said,
know
if it
what?
came out of my sack, I'm going to take care of it. I know that's right.
Shout out.
Yeah, we live on YouTube, Danielle. Some guys need to be with the woman to be with the kids. That's a lie. And I'm going to tell you that's a lie. Because I have kids. I'm not with their, they be with their dads. So, ain't no excuse except for one. They be with their dads. So, some people, and some men use that excuse like, oh, she won't let me see my kid unless I'm with her. Excuse me. Wrong. I'm glad I ain't never had that situation. And ain't nobody ever could say that about Kristen. I make y'all look good.
Okay.
Nobody ain't never said
Okay.
no one. And why would you want to keep a child from the kid? Like,
Right. That's crazy.
Not for nothing. Like, men are dope, but like
The only time I
there's so
kept,
many men that have,
honey, I feel like the only appropriate scenario where, like, okay, a female should keep a child away from their father if that father is, like, not safe to be around the child. When we talking about being a gang member, we talking about doing illegal activities. I feel like that's, like, the only scenario where I felt like I ever was like that baby mother was like, oh, no, you are not taking her. Because I don't know if you have a price on your head. So she's not riding around with you in a car seat in the back and being collateral damage. That's not about to happen.
oh, I'll be scared to play with anybody like that anyway.
Child.
Be nervous. I'll be nervous my damn self to play around with somebody like that. Like, wait, what?
Seriously. So it's like,
I listen to the music. I could listen to that kind of music, but I don't want to be Swiss cheesed up.
So,
Who's on
grudges.
here?
So as far as
the topic, I'm sorry. The topic is grudges, resentment. If that child support late, you're not getting your visits. Well, if the child support is late, you're not going to visit. Well, then now we're talking about people who use child support as
a weapon,
as a leverage. People who use child support, to pull their weight. But there's people out there that are not together and like nobody even has to be on child support. That's dope too,
Absolutely.
Because child support, you don't always have to put the person on child support because it's just like, yo, if you got it, you got it. You don't, you don't. But you better try to figure it out, how you're gonna get it. But as far as late child support and you're not seeing your kid, that has nothing to do with nothing. Child support has nothing to do with you going with your kid.
Absolutely.
Or you seeing your child.
And then too, and like back to like the quality time, just like being a parent, like it's more than just the money factor of it. It's that time. It's like showing up to a ballet class, XYZ, daddy, daughter dances at school. It's stuff. It's about that type of stuff,
Yeah. Absolutely.
So let's talk about like what's up. Like, how do we get over these grudges?
Like I said, I mean,
I'm a grudge guru.
I don't know if it's really a grudge because today we real personal. I don't really know if it's a grudge or if it's just resentment or if it's just like, I just really feel bad for you because you ain't even have that. You had nobody in your life to really show you a way and to really show you how to, be a man or, take care of your child, or if you produce a child, this is what you have to do. You have to buy diapers, you have to wipes.
Right.
If she's in daycare, you have to pay daycare. If she needs milk, she has to.
And that sucks. And that sucks. Like, really procreating with a person that's like Like, listen, I have conversations with my oldest daughter. Like, she
Well,
at
I don't
that
know.
age. Like,
Mm-hmm.
she just at that age. Like, interested in boys and vice versa, and that's just how it is going. And kind of having that conversation with her, like how important it is to really understand like who you having a baby with, like how important like that re- really is, because you think you know somebody until a situation come up and where you need somebody to step up and be an adult and be like, Dad, I thought you was an adult the whole time and you showed like you just not. You know what I mean?
Right.
And it's like, well, hate to kind of get slapped in the face that way and not know the whole time, like, Dad,
You
like,
do have to be careful
you a
who you
piece of
have.
shit the whole time. Like, damn. Like,
You do have to be careful where you have kids with. Somebody else said that. You got to be careful who you have kids with.
absolutely.
You got to get her profile on Christian Mingle.
On who?
Got to get
Christian
her
Mingle?
profile on
Oh,
ChristianMingle.com.
ChristianMingle.com.
Doctor appointments, copay. Oh yeah, I mean that's a definite. That's why I'm like you have the good parents that you have kids and they go to doctor's appointment with you when you're
XYZ.
pregnant and all. That's cool, but I'm talking about like the individuals that do nothing, nothing, nothing. Those kind. But everybody has
And that's when you go into the
Everybody
mind of a psychopath.
Yeah,
I feel.
everybody has their one slip up in life, so it's just like that's why
Mhm.
I'm not really into dark liquor anymore. Never worked. It
Ugh.
didn't work out that time.
It's too funny.
The older men get the slower pull out game becomes.
Who is this? Who
That's
is this?
Rich. Rich, shut up.
Ooh,
You
you
sound
so
crazy.
dirty. Yeah.
We over here being serious. Get out of here.
Go in. Yeah.
Talking about.
Go
Go,
wash
go
your
make my
hands.
CD. I need something for my radio. I need a club CD
A mix.
actually. I need a mixtape. Yep. So I'm just looking.
But let's talk about what's the like formula trying to get over
Yeah,
grudges.
Ty is a Jack. I think that's
Who
I
that?
think that's Ty Jack.
Ty Jackson.
Yes, say Ty Jackson. I think that's him. If it is, yes, you are. Amazing dad.
Mm-hmm. He
Ty's dope.
always had them girls on him.
Mm-hmm. He ain't gonna get that boy though, but yep, shout out to Ty.
Mm-hmm. Shout out.
Shout out to him, congrats.
That's
Bless
so
up.
funny.
Let's get to this clip real quick and then we
Yes.
going to head on out. So
Alrighty. Hold on. Let me turn this music down.
I read this two black female therapists.
Switch to the screen.
No, not that. Now somebody said something with good intimacy makes grudges.
Good.
No, that's a lie.
intimacy Makes
Yeah.
grudges.
See, there's more than life than that, because at the end of the day, soon as my baby mother comes out with what she got going on in her business, like you guys are gonna be put away somewhere. Because she has something buzzing.
You so aggy. You're so crazy.
She got something buzzing.
Buzzing.
All
But
right,
yeah,
real
I
quick.
thought this was interesting. Tommy Davidson. I didn't know that he was like, a recovering addict, XYZ. So he was on who is this? Jada Pickett show.
Where? Yeah.
And he was talking about apology versus atonement. I thought this was just some interesting stuff.
Take a look at this clip.
Happened
For those on
during
Facebook.
your addiction journey? Are you still in that process of like repairing that with your kids?
Yeah, one of the things that's come with my life is not to apologize, but to atone. And a friend of mine taught me that because I didn't know what atone meant.
Yes.
Yeah. Because
So-
apology doesn't mean anything
Right.
if your
Yeah.
behavior stays the same.
Right.
Yeah.
So she explained it to me. She said, apology is saying sorry, but sorry runs out.
Yeah.
Like an old cartridge.
Yeah,
sure does.
But to atone for something is to change the behavior.
Absolutely. It sounds like to me that there was a lot that happened during your addiction journey. Are you still in that process of like repairing?
No, it's done. Okay, it's done. Yeah. So I thought that was deep. Apology versus atonement. You know what I mean? And
So he said something about his addiction.
and as far as like, that's why I say like, parents that are addicts. Like if you got parents that are addicts that revisit their kids' life or picked up where they left off. I feel like anybody could just try to do the best towards their kid.
Right.
Because he had to kind of repair relationships in his kid's life, XYZ. And
Right.
atonement, it says reparation for a wrong or injury. You know, so that means like, okay, I'm not gonna apologize. I'm gonna atone. I'm gonna show you some type of reparation. Where is that stability? Is it me taking you to your baseball games every week? Like, I'm gonna show you something and make an effort to show you that hey, I am sorry, and not just like apologizing. So yeah, I thought that was just super.
Yeah, that
deep.
was dope.
Absolutely.
That was super dope because I didn't know that either
Yeah,
until I had seen it on
absolutely.
Instagram. So, you know, again, it's never too late. You
Never.
know, if something that's wrong, make it right in any kind of way. But
Never too late.
you have to kind of like do something because I think like ignoring, I feel like when you don't address certain things, it just sits there. And it's always going to be
Absolutely.
there. You could come back to it later, but if you don't address something, that situation is always going to be there. Whether it's kids, money, whatever, doesn't matter. It's always going to be there.
And
So
it's gonna get deeper and deeper. It's like a
Right.
blackhead. Like what?
Right.
That cord gonna get deeper and deeper. You gotta take that blackhead out. You know what I mean? Like stuff like that. You gotta expose it,
right.
acknowledge it. You know, that's the first thing to anything. Just admitting like there is an issue. You know.
Somebody says set her up with a PPP loan. You know what?
I sure do. And the only reason I didn't get one because they needed my business bank account from last February, which I don't have. So I'm doing the right thing, and I just don't have the paperwork, so I just can't get it right now.
Right. They said set her up for a PPP loan. Then PPP, whoever those loan people are that gave out the loan, they wildin'. They ain't have to take people addresses and put them on that list like that. They ain't have to do that. That's kind of scary. What is it? Small Business Administration? It's kind of weird, too, because I don't think when you go apply for a mortgage, that lender puts your name, like, out there that you apply and got approved for a mortgage for a house. So,
Yeah.
but, you know, everything ain't for everyone. His kids
And then,
being
you know, the
raised
feds
like
do
them
what they
kids.
want with that money.
He said them kids, his kids being raised like them kids on the child. Yo, when is that coming back on?
What's that?
Was it Shy? With the kids, I think they're in Chicago or something.
Oh, okay.
Little kids. Who's in there? Candy's on there. She plays as the wife.
I
Oh,
don't
come
know
on
how to
tonight.
get to that.
Mm.
What channel was on?
Not
It's
Showtime.
called Shy? It's
Yeah,
like
is it FX? No,
Oh,
it's not
okay.
FX. Which Fox? Not Fox. Showtime. I just downloaded it. It's on now with demand. It's on now with on demand. No, I gotta figure out. Upgrade my cable. I was just asking which one it was. Can't afford cable. Oh, Stars. That's right, Stars.
Stars.
Because I'm like, I know I put it on my Fire Stick, but I couldn't remember
Where?
what app it was. But it's on there. Yeah, channel. Shut up, Rit off some channel. So how do you all get through it? How do you all get through like the grudges? Or Betty, I know how I would get through it. Like I said, it's not even a grudge. I don't have grudges. Questions, resentment, wondering like, you know, all these years you still didn't get the point that you have a kid, but okay.
Right.
Like, what would you do?
See, for me, I'm gonna tell you like how I got over because what you like, you know, we experience like a lot of the same things in life. You feel me? For me, it was like not wanting to say forgiving, not forgiving, but just like accepting. You know what I mean? Like people are who they are. You know what I mean? And it's just like I don't know. It's weird because sometimes I'm aroused to having a grudge or just in somebody, but at the same time I'm very expressive. I'm very vocal, so a lot of shit that's in me, it don't stay in me because I'm always shedding light on it. Like that's just kind of what goes with counseling, XYZ.
I guess with me, it's just like I just want to know like why.
Right,
You
but
know,
that's
like,
the
that's for
question
kids, like,
that
why?
But that's
like,
the question that'll drive motherfuckers. I'm
Yeah.
sorry, people crazy. Is that hook? Like,
Yeah,
like,
like, why? Like,
why?
what happened?
And then it is. Like,
Yeah, it's
we'll
just like
never
I
know.
can see if like if I
Never
set you
know.
up, I can see if I walked you. I can see if I really was on some gangster shit
Right.
and it really got like that.
Mm-hmm.
But hello, that wasn't the case. So it was this kinds of weird.
Mm-hmm.
But then again, that usually happens when certain situations come apart. Some people who step outside their relationship and have a kid, they rather not deal with that kid. So they'll let it go
just
on.
not. Yeah,
Let
or
it go
not
later on in
deal
life.
with the mistake. Not even a mistake. Not deal with the behavior they did. Like sometimes people don't like to own up to stuff. So that's why they'll ghost. Like they'll play ghost. Like just because they don't want to take accountability for stuff.
Right. Rich said, have an affair, act like an adult. Well, you got one part of that verse right, because some ain't acting like an adult. You understand?
Mm-hmm.
So, and Jay is the GOAT.
Uh-oh.
Hove is the GOAT.
Okay.
Yeah, Rich has to have an affair, act like an adult for once. Everybody be having them affairs, but nobody want to act like an adult.
Mm-hmm. And I think too, Chris, I just seen just people profile, like I said, like people act like things don't exist when they do wrong. Not do wrong, but they, like I said, they're not accountable for their actions. So in order to fix something, you have to address it. You have to admit that this is what it is, this happened, and where we go from here to fix it. Some people like to just act like nothing happened, or a kid never happened, or a relationship never happened. And that's when people start getting restraining orders and start going to jail, or just having bad situations happen. Because you can't play with people feelings like that. You cannot.
No,
You
that's
can't,
true.
baby.
That's true.
No, baby. But yeah, it was a
Ty
good talk.
said, it's a grudge. What's a grudge? I handle situations as they come and move on. Right. Because you're a grown man, and that's what you do. But there's other grown people, men and women out there that don't do that. So, like I said, it's probably not really grudges. It's kind of could be like resentment.
For sure.
But it's definitely going to get addressed because, one day, and like I said, this particular, I feel, show was kind of like, we have our shows, we talk about topics, we use other situations, but today, everyone's pretty much speaking on their own. I just feel like it's going to be a time and a place one day. One day.
Right.
And when that day come, hey, I might go live. You might see me on Wall Star. Who knows? Like, boom, like, suck you. Right? Like this bugging. But then again, hey.
You never know how the universe will fix itself, too.
First of all, it's the green screen on the Instagram, because if you tune into Facebook Live,
you'll see our whole
you'll
set.
see the whole set.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Who's this, Rit?
No, it's not Rit. It's DJ, what's his name? DJ Murray.
Hey, DJ Murray. Watch us
I
on
want to
Facebook.
say Jamar. I want to say his name is Jamar. Yeah, watch it on Facebook. But other than that, everyone is, blessed. The police. Someone said the police. No, we ain't getting no police involved.
Nope.
No.
But you got to be mindful of your behaviors, though.
Right.
People walk through life doing things and not thinking they're going to have a consequence behind them. So you got, like, at the end of the day, we got to just practice being good folks inside and out, and that's it.
Rich said, if I have a side baby, I'm giving it back. Boy, bye. You taking her to the building. You ain't giving nothing back.
Oh, wow. For Engle
taking
Street.
them all to the building. You're not
For
gonna
Engle.
Rick, shout out. She said Rose. Who's Rose? Rose. I don't know. But yeah, once again, thank y'all for tuning in with us. I love the feedback on Instagram. I'm gonna have to go live on Instagram more, because I've never gone live on Instagram before.
How about that?
Since I did the Savage podcast. Oh, ROs. Oh, well, restraining orders. Well, you said ROs. That's restraining orders. Now, if you said TRO, temporary restraining order, I'd have understood where you was going, because I've seen that before. Yeah, see, when restraining orders get involved, that means it's y'all too emotional. Like that's when the emotions, baby D, you the best. Who is that?
Baby D.
Talk about restraining orders and stuff, but yeah, nah, don't have me sitting nowhere.
Nope.
Nobody has time for that at all. But you get your blessings in many different ways. You know what I mean? You just have to keep on, keep going, do whatever you have to do. Oh, that's Jacen. Oh, that is Jacen. Talk about. I should have known when you said Baby D. I'm like, wait a minute. What's up, Jay?
What up?
I spoke to Jacen today too. He's another one I had to tell him that you still keep on your mask. He think he's like Batman because he got the he ain't got it, like I'm like, no, you still keep on your mask. So we was having that discussion today too. That's my boy. Shout out to Jacen. He's mad dope.
Hey.
And shout out to Twin. She's mad dope. And shout out to Reese. Reese just joined us. Hey, boo.
Reese Poo.
Yes.
All right. Well, thank y'all for tuning in. No, we do appreciate the love and the feedback. So we going live on the IG next week too. Cool.
Yeah, it seems like
it going.
It's dope. If y'all want us to go live again on Instagram, I'll definitely do that.
Let us know.
So it's either Instagram or Facebook, or you can tune into YouTube and
call us up too.
Get busy with us
Yeah.
because that's what we like to do. We don't really do too much. JD, he joined too. We don't, do too much playing around the bush or whatever. We pretty raw up here. Pretty much give it how it's supposed to be given. So if you missed this show here on Instagram, make sure y'all go on to Facebook.
Yes.
Whether myself or Fatima, it's up there. You all could run it back, listen to it.
Yep, and we also going to be
understand
on
it,
YouTube as well, BKS1.
YouTube.
We a couple places.
Yeah, and I feel like this was a dope show. So
Definitely.
we actually want some feedback on it because there's a lot of people out there, mothers and fathers, who experience certain things, and it's like they feel like they don't have the outlet, or they feel like they're the only ones in that situation. And nah, that's not the case.
You are not alone.
Right. You are not.
Absolutely. So
But
I think it
anyway,
was dope though. Like, we got to get transparent to talk about real stuff. And
Right.
that's me.
Right, and that's exactly
Open
what
book.
we did today.
I'm
Open book. Well, that's what we do all the time, but today it was just more so like, when you talk about kids and you involve kids,
right.
You kind of like, it is what it is, because at the end of the day, ain't nothing that we said a lie.
Facts.
Nothing we said a lie. It's all truth. But thank you all for tuning in each and every Sunday. I know we've been going for a little bit, but we back.
Yes.
I won't be here next Sunday. I'm
Right.
pretty sure my dope ass baby mother probably have
For
somebody
now,
fill in, or
Esme will be here around that. So, fingers crossed everything goes. But, the show will go on.
yes, it will.
I'll make
and
sure.
I'll make sure I call in and
Yes,
do
please
whatever I
call
gotta
in.
do.
Definitely, baby mama.
Call in, do whatever I have to do or whatever. So
Yeah.
again, tune in with us each and every Sunday, 7 p.m. Mommy's Keeping It Cute with Fatima, Peachy Poo, and Chrissy
Yes.
J.
Have a blessed week. Mommy's keeping it cute. See y'all next week.
We
Later.
are out. Did the live end? Oh, I was gonna what you call it?
Okay,
I was
it
gonna-
ended now.
Yeah, and I was gonna show y'all. First of all, go on to the Facebook so you all can see that's not just a little green screen. It's it's real dope, but we don't have that for the Instagram. So everybody is on Facebook. So. Would you be able to put the screen back? Not go back live, but just put it back so they can see what the
The set looks like.
set looks like. I would just do it like this.